Alright, so here we're looking for the slope, so it's just a matter of doing it correctly. So it's change in y over the change in x. So 5 minus 9 over negative 2 minus 3 gives us negative 4 over negative 5, which positive over, or negative over negative is a positive 4 over 5. So here is your distractor answer, because that was negative, but you got the 4 over 5. You got to be careful, and this is the correct answer. So our next one is the slope represented by this equation. So again, with these types, you're going to have to convert it to y equals form and then get the slope. So that's going to be minus 3x on both sides. So negative 4y, don't forget that this negative here goes with the 4y, equals negative 3x plus 7. So I got to divide by a negative 4. So this is my slope, and a negative 3 over negative 4 is equal to a positive 3 over 4, because a negative over negative is positive. So this is the correct answer, and those are some of the distractor answers. Alright, so this is the same but different as the one we just did. So I'm going to minus the 5x. Ooh, gross. Minus the 5x on both sides gives me negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 3 divided by negative 2. And that gives me y equals 5 over 2x minus 3 over 2. So all I care about is the slope, which is this, and it said perpendicular, so you gotta be careful, because this is your distractor answer, because that's the slope I just got. But we need to flip it, and there's another distractor answer, because when we make it perpendicular, you also have to change the sign, so it needs to be a negative 2 over 5. So here is your correct answer. Next one. Which of the following equations? Alright, so here's some good logic here. Right away you can see that the y-intercept is a positive 4. So since the y-intercept is 4, you know immediately that this cannot be the answer, and this cannot be the answer. Also, it's a negative sloped line, so you know right away that this is not the answer, because that's a positive slope. Now, is it 4/3 or 3/4? Well, we go from this point to this point. They don't give us a lot. It's actually really straightforward. You have to go down 4 over 3. So your slope is the rise over run is 4 down, 3 forward. So the only line that has a y-intercept of 4 and negative 4/3 slope would be A. So that's your correct answer. So just because they're multiple choice doesn't make them any easier. In fact, you kind of have to think more sometimes. So put those distractor answers on there too. But these are nice because they do let you kind of use the process of elimination. Alright, so now on this one, all the wrong answers that you would get are there. Alright, so if you make any errors, they're going to have the, typically, any kind of error you would make is still going to be found in one of these questions, or answers. So, equation of line perpendicular that goes through this point. I need to change this to y equals so that I can get the slope. Then once I get the slope, I'm going to change, use point slope form with this point, and then I'm going to convert it to slope intercept form. So we do that now. We get minus 6x minus 6x. Whoa. And that gives me negative 4y equals negative 6x plus 3 divided by negative 4. And I get y equals, so let's look at that slope. That's no, whatever. Actually, let's say that in a second. Negative 6 over 4, negative 4x plus 3 over negative 4. I don't care anything about that because that's not my line, it's just the line they gave me. Mine has to be perpendicular to this line. So the slope of that line is -6 over -4, and yes, I should reduce that, but even if you don't, it's okay at this point. So my line is going to have a slope of, if that's a negative over negative, that's a positive number. So mine's going to be a negative slope. It's going to be a -4 over 6, which I reduced to -2 over 3. So now, since it goes through point 3, -3, 4, y minus 4 equals -2/3 x plus 3. This is nice because when I multiply this, it gives me a whole number. So I get y minus 4 equals, that was an equal sign there, -2/3 x. -2/3 times 3 is a -2. Add 4 to both sides, and I get y equals -2/3 x plus 2. So let's hope that's one of my answers. Yep, right here. So there we go. Alright, last problem. I'll do all these last ones together. Oh, why is that there? Yeah, go away. Alright, what is the x-intercept? So as soon as I hear intercepts, I automatically think zeros, and I do this right away. Alright, so x, y, 0, 0. So the x-intercept, or the y-intercept, if I cover that, -5y equals 10, so it's a -2. And then if y is 0, I get divided by 3, and I get 10/3. So then I go back and I actually think about what they asked me. They asked me for the x-intercept. So the x-intercept is when x is a number, so that's this one here. So the x-intercept is 10/3. Alright, so there you go. Good luck on your test.